Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back at another Swag Kage video, and this is not a versus video. I don't know what I'm doing there. It's a V. It's a what if scenario. This sounds pretty damn interesting to me. This is what if Sasuke never learnt the truth about Itachi. Now what would he have done? What would have been different? I don't know. But I know somebody does, and that's the person that made this video that we are watching right now. Swag Kage. Best opening ever. Let's watch this. So, what if Sasuke never learned the truth about Itachi, his brother, who, yeah.
Yo, what's going on everybody? Swag Kage here, and welcome to today's video
Alright.
where I'm going to be doing something that I've been meaning to do for a very long time, and that is discussing Naruto-based what-if scenarios.
Cool.
As you can infer from the title, today I'm going to be talking about what would have happened if Sasuke had never been approached by Obito and learned the truth about Itachi, and had instead been found by the team created to pursue Itachi, consisting of Team Kakashi, Yamato, and some of the members of Team Kurenai. The first question I need to answer is what would happen to Sasuke after he's found? Now this is assuming that he's found by the search party that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and not by the members of Taka, or Hebi as they were called at the time that Sasuke fought Itachi. If he was found by Hebi, I honestly have no clue, but I'm inclined to believe that he would ask to be taken back to the Hidden Leaf Village. If only because now that Itachi is dead, Sasuke would have nothing else to live for at this point, and all of his friends and comrades, aside from the members of Hebi, lived in Konoha. This means the person who rescues him doesn't really matter as long as it isn't Obito, but again, for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that it is the Leaf Search party that comes across his body, and not Suigetsu, Jugo, and Karen. So the Leaf Ninja would find him, and after seeing that Itachi was already dead, they would take him back to Konoha and admit him into its hospital. It's also worth noting that they would definitely retrieve Itachi's body as well, so that nobody can see his eyes. They would no one's ever knows. Safe somewhere in the Leaf, probably stolen by Donzo, but regardless, they're going to be important later. Now, here's the thing. Sasuke wouldn't be treated like a criminal or a rogue ninja or any of that, because in the eyes of Konoha, Sasuke is responsible for killing 3 S-rank criminals who were all enemies of the Hidden Leaf Village: Orochimaru, Deidara, and Itachi. There's actually a scene in the manga where Obito and Sasuke are visiting a bar, and they overhear a conversation between some Leaf Ninja who are referring to Sasuke as a hero, and specifically using the phrase, "he deserves a medal." So because of this, Sasuke was pretty important at the time, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tsunade herself was sent to his hospital room to speed up the healing process. At the very least, it's pretty obvious that Sakura would go visit Sasuke, and since she has comparable medical ninjutsu skills to Tsunade, I don't think it'd take very long for him to come out of his coma. Now, when Sasuke wakes up is when things get interesting, because immediately after Naruto returned to the Hidden Leaf Village in the main story, where they didn't actually find Sasuke, he was told by Fukasaku that Jiraiya had been killed by Pain. This led Naruto to leave the Leaf Village immediately in pursuit of learning Sage Mode, and I'm not sure if he'd even want to wait for Sasuke to wake up before departing. I get that Sasuke is pretty important to Naruto, but so was Jiraiya, and he was really committed to becoming strong enough to defeat Pain. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if Sakura told Naruto that he ought to wait for Sasuke to wake up before leaving at least, and Naruto's response was, Sasuke will understand that he's an Avenger, or something along those lines. I know at the very least that he would compare what he's going through now to what Sasuke went through for all of his life with Itachi, so it's more than likely that by the time Sasuke regained consciousness, Naruto would have already left the village. Like I said, things get interesting at this point because they could go a whole lot of different ways. I'm pretty sure Sasuke would be happy to be home again, and would be delighted to see a whole bunch of familiar faces, but it would leave him troubled that Naruto's left in pursuit of revenge, especially because he knows what that feels like. I don't think Sasuke would hold it against Naruto, because again, he understands, but he would certainly be worried for his safety. I have no doubt in my mind that Sasuke knows who Jiraiya is. He spent 3 years with Orochimaru after all. There's no way the name didn't come up. Now, how much Sasuke would know about Jiraiya at this point is questionable, but the fact that Naruto, who Sasuke had been miles stronger than just a few months earlier, was currently preparing to fight against an enemy capable of killing one of the 3 legendary Sannin, who wasn't crippled by sickness, no less, would certainly leave him worried. Still, I don't think Sasuke would attempt to interfere or even consider fighting Pain by himself, because he knows he would have wanted the same from Naruto if he had been there during the battle against Itachi. Plus, people like Sakura and Kakashi would reassure him by letting him know that Naruto had almost single-handedly killed a member of the Akatsuki by himself with his newly created Rasen Shuriken technique, which would probably ease Sasuke's mind a little bit, but not entirely. Regardless, at this point, Sasuke would be a lot more concerned with quote-unquote Madara, who Itachi had told him about just before the fight began. This is a small detail that many people forget, but Itachi told Sasuke that Madara was still alive and he'd helped him wipe out the Uchiha clan on the night of the massacre. Sasuke's response was, well, after I kill you, I guess I'll go kill Madara as well, but I'm honestly not sure how this would play out. The most likely scenario is that since Sasuke has absolutely no intel on Madara whatsoever, he would likely stay put in the Leaf Village, especially given the counsel of somebody like Kakashi, who would insist that they would get more intel on Madara after Pain had been dealt with, which would probably entice Sasuke to stay in the Leaf for at least a little bit longer. Certainly more than long enough for Naruto to return from his Sage Mode training. Now this is where things get really confusing, because there are a whole bunch of different variables that could drastically change the way the story plays out. The first of these variables is that Pain might not attack Konoha in the first place because Obito might urge him not to, so Sasuke is there. Sasuke was one of Obito's highest priority targets, almost as important to him as the Jinchuriki themselves were, and he's smart enough to know that there is no way he'd be able to convince Sasuke to join the Akatsuki if he was there to watch a member of the
just annihilate
single-handedly destroy the Leaf Village. It'd just create a whole lot of problems that Obito doesn't need. The thing is, by this point, I'm pretty sure that Pain's invasion was kind of set in stone, and since Konoha was already expecting somebody to invade their village, it'd be pretty difficult for Obito to sneak in there himself and pay Sasuke a visit. Considering the last time that Sasuke was left by himself after a confrontation with Itachi, he turned into a ninja.
Did just
I think it's safe to assume that somebody would be in his company at all times, at least for a little while until his injuries fully healed. Obito would probably be aware of this and would likely know better than to call off Pain's assault. There's pretty much no point in it. They would just be attempting to wait until they could get Sasuke out of the village, and if everything went as I described up to this point, that wouldn't be any time in the foreseeable future. So Pain would attack Konoha, but before I get into explaining how all of this would go down, I need to address something that I haven't gotten to yet. Itachi sealed in a Amaterasu in one of Sasuke's Sharingan, and set it to go off if his eyes ever made contact with one of Obito's. Now, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain why this is a problem, as something just clicked in everyone's head, but for those of you who still don't understand, this would mean that if Sasuke were to see Kakashi's Sharingan at any point after waking up from his hospital bed, he would kill Kakashi with Itachi's Amaterasu. It's very difficult to figure out how this affects what would happen next, if only because I have no idea how or when this would happen. There are many ways that this could go down, and all of them would likely affect the story in much different ways. The first and most unlikely of these scenarios is that Kakashi comes to greet Sasuke in his hospital bed with his Sharingan out. I mean, at that point, Kakashi just dies. Sasuke might actually suffer the blame for this, though I'm sure that if given the opportunity, he would probably be able to piece together what happened, that Itachi implanted one of his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, Amaterasu, in one of his eyes, and set it to go off whenever Sasuke made eye contact with anybody else who had a Sharingan. He and everybody else would probably see this as a spiteful attempt by Itachi to haunt him from the grave, but it's pretty unlikely that it would happen like this anyway. I see no reason for Kakashi to meet Sasuke with his Sharingan out. Another way that this could happen is Kakashi decides to show Sasuke that he's developed his own Mangekyo Sharingan ability just because he thinks it's pretty cool and wants to show off to another Sharingan user. Immediately after lifting up his headband, Kakashi would be consumed by the black flames of Amaterasu unless he was able to react quickly enough and send the flames into the Kamui dimension. It's actually possible that under these circumstances, since he's preparing to use his Mangekyo Sharingan power anyway, Kakashi would be able to react with Kamui in time, though it's equally possible that he wouldn't and he would be toasted. The third and final way that I can see this happening is Sasuke fighting alongside Kakashi against Pain, and I know that I said earlier he would stay out of the fight against Pain because he wants to leave Naruto's revenge to him, but after seeing all the destruction being caused by the guy, I don't think
he'd be like, I need to get in there at some point.
Stepping in to defend the people of Konoha. So, assuming Sasuke and Kakashi fight against Pain side by side, as soon as Kakashi lifts up his headband to use a Sharingan, bam, he's dead. Though, again, it is possible that he'd be able to use Kamui to defend himself.
That's mad.
Regardless, Kakashi would go down as he did in the original series, though if it was due to the Amaterasu implanted in Sasuke's eye, his hatred for Itachi might prompt his Mangekyo Sharingan to awaken, but more on that later. If Sasuke and Kakashi were both fighting against the Diva Path and the Asura Path, the same way Kakashi and everybody else sent to back him up were in the main series, then Sasuke wouldn't really have a chance here. He might be able to set up a Kirin and catch one of the Paths of Pain off guard, but without the extra strength provided by the curse mark, I can't see him doing much to any of the stronger paths, especially not the Diva path.
Damn.
It is possible that seeing someone into the Uchiha clan massacre so soon after he got his revenge against Itachi might trigger Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan to awaken, but again, this is only a possibility. I'm pretty sure that if he saw Pain's assault stacked on top of the Amaterasu implanted in his eye, killing Kakashi, he'd probably awaken his Mangekyo Sharingan and launch a few Amaterasu against Pain, but I don't think he'd develop it quickly enough to start using his Susanoo and would be incapacitated. Things would proceed as they did in the main story, with Naruto showing up and using Sage Mode and eventually the Chakra of the Nine Tails to defeat Pain, and Sasuke would wake up after the assault to find out that Naruto saved everybody and that he has once again become even stronger than him. Now, I don't think Sasuke would be upset specifically about the fact that Naruto had exceeded him in strength once again, but I do think he'd be really shaken up by the feeling created by Pain's assault. It would be a feeling of helplessness akin to the one he felt when Itachi wiped out the Uchiha clan, and would once again make him feel like he needs to get stronger. I'm sure that after learning Naruto had spoken to Nagato,
damn it, I thought I had the strength, but I don't.
Learned anything about Madara, and Naruto would reply yes, but not from Nagato. He would then explain the conversation he'd had with Minato in his conscience during the battle against Pain. And in case Sasuke still had any doubts about who Madara might be, Naruto would make it very clear that the person he's looking for is the orange mask-wearing Akatsuki member Tobi. Now after this, it's impossible for me to give any concrete answers about what's going to happen next, just because of how many different things could go down. But one thing I know for sure is that Sasuke will at some point be approached by Zetsu and convinced to travel down the same path as Madara and Indra. Now between the point we're currently at in the story and when that happens, I have no idea, but there are a whole lot of things that could happen in between these two events. The first is the 5 Kage Summit, which may or may not happen depending on how B is handled during Pain's assault. Since Sasuke is no longer a member of the Akatsuki in this timeline, Obito would have one of two choices. Either not go after B during Pain's invasion, or send Kisame after him. I'm pretty sure that, given how the fight between B and Kisame went in the manga, the Akatsuki would manage to capture B without too much of a fuss, though Kisame still might lose Samehada during the fight. If he does manage to successfully capture B, this will, like Sasuke's battle with him, cause the Raikage to call a summit between the 5 Kage, focused on dealing with the threat posed by the Akatsuki. Now, since the ninja from the cloud would no longer come to the Leaf Village and give everybody a hard time about how one of their shinobi attacked a member of their village, I don't think Naruto or Sasuke would have any reason to go to the 5 Kage Summit. At least, not unless they found out that quote-unquote Madara might show up there. Now, because of the fact that Tsunade was incapacitated during Pain's assault, like in the main series, Danzo would go to the 5 Kage Summit in her place. I have no clue what for Sasuke. I do know that if Sasuke found out Danzo had an arm full of Sharingan and had one of Shisui's eyes implanted in one of his eye sockets, it would probably cause some problems, but I can't see any series of events that would lead Sasuke to find any of this out about Danzo. Anyway, if Obito decided to go to the summit, he would probably declare war the same way he did in the main series, though he would also make sure to take care of Danzo in order to recover Shisui's eye and all of the Sharingan that he had implanted in his arm. Obito would win, of course. Kamui is pretty hard to deal with, and the events of the war would start to unfold. As soon as Tsunade regained consciousness, I imagine that Sasuke would ask her if he could retrieve Itachi's eyes in order to help in the war effort, and would explain to her the same thing Itachi explained to him about the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, if Sasuke was given Itachi's eyes, Itachi's plan would completely fall apart right here. The crow that Itachi buried in Naruto would emerge and cast Koto Matsukami on Sasuke, putting him under a genjutsu that perpetually drove him to defend the Hidden Leaf Village. That crow would no longer be able to free Itachi from Naruto's control through the Edo Tensei, and since Danzo would have already been taken care of and the other Koto Matsukami eye would have been recovered by Obito by this point, Itachi and Nagato would likely stomp everybody.
Oh my god, they would,
Naruto and B together could barely handle
they
Nagato
trash
alone. With
everyone.
Itachi assisting him, they would have no chance. Nobody would be there to use Izanami on Kabuto and force him to release the reanimation jutsu, leaving the allied shinobi forces unable to rendezvous with Naruto, Kakashi, Guy, and B when they eventually run into Obito. If they eventually run into Obito, even, as a matter of fact, as Naruto and B might be taken out by Nagato. This would allow Obito to become the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails, and then it'd be a wrap for everybody. The only
Everybody's
good
over.
thing to come out of Naruto using the Kodo Matsukami on Sasuke is that he wouldn't be able to be persuaded by Zetsu any longer. But that doesn't matter when you have somebody like Jubito as an enemy, and Naruto ends up getting killed and unable to help anybody stop him.
Crazy.
Anyway, let me guys know if you want any more
Whoa.
videos like this in the future, and until my next video, I'll talk to you later. Swaikage out. Bye.
Oh man, that's awesome. This cold's still killing me. That was an awesome video though. Awesome. It's really hard for me to get upbeat and like, yo. It's like, I do think it's like, yo, but... this cold's killing me. But that was a really interesting concept. Like, as soon as Kakashi would take a shower and get eye out, the Amaterasu would automatically be cast upon him. It's like, yo, that's crazy. And all those other things to go with. It's like very well thought out. Like what would happen is cool. But yeah, awesome. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hate my voice like this. It's awful. I'm so tired as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know if you're watching these future videos. And I'll see you guys, yes, all of you guys, in next time. Bye.